Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film an olive coloured eyeshadow look. Olive's one of those colours that pretty much anybody can wear. It's just something that I think a lot of people don't tend to reach for, but I think it's beautiful, so I wanted to create an olive makeup look today. I've cleaned my skin this morning. I've gone in with my SPF Factor 50 by Dr. Sam. I'm now going to go in with this by Terry Hyaluronic Hydra-Primer. I've not actually used this before. I bought a couple of products from By Terry. I've popped a little bit of this on the back of my hand, as you can see. It is a kind of creamy texture. It's like a mousse. I haven't seen one like this since the original L'Oreal Studio Secrets, I believe it was called. I never did counter work as a makeup artist, but I remember once, I don't know how I got into it, so long ago, I worked at Boots for like a whole weekend filling in for somebody, random, and it was to push the L'Oreal Studio Secret primer, and I was really good at it because it was so good and it was quite revolutionary at the time, and I was just like, can we just try this on your hand? And people were like, oh my gosh, it's incredible. It just kind of smoothed the skin out pretty much like this is done, and just kind of gets rid of any surface wrinkles, and yeah, people were just snapping them off the shelf. It is infused with hyaluronic acid, which we know is really good at drawing moisture from the air to the skin, and apparently this is one of the best at blurring imperfections, pores, filling in wrinkles and fine lines, so I wanted to give it a go, and it's supposed to be really good at mattifying the skin, which I need through the T-zone. I'm very excited to try it. I actually bought a little set as like a travel size set because I didn't want to spend a fortune if it's going to be something that I didn't particularly like. So initially it glides on and you think, oh, that's quite creamy, and it goes quite far. You can feel it starts to grip. So I'm going to work that right into my pores and give it a little pat over the top. You don't want to be super generous with the primers because sometimes that can be the issue as to why your makeup kind of doesn't grip to your skin. Pop this on my forehead. So now I've got my primer on, I'm going to go with a foundation. I'm using this one again because firstly I love it, but also it's great for all skin types. So whether you have dry skin or super oily, combination skin, this is a great foundation for everybody. It's Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation and concealer, which is another benefit, is that it is a 2-in-1. The only downside to this foundation, although there's like over 30 shades, it's really hard to get the right colour. I've been through 3 of them and all of them have been wrong. And I'm a makeup artist and I'm usually pretty good at this, but it's really hard to find one that's perfect. I should have really just gone with a very light neutral and a bit more of a deeper neutral and just mixed them. But I was just determined to find one that suited and I haven't found one. So this one is 6.5 buttermilk. I'm going to go straight onto the skin. So not only is this suitable for all skin types, it's also really suitable for those of you with mature skin, as well as being in your early 20s, even teenage years. It is a full coverage foundation, but in the most beautiful sense. It's one of those ones that's really undetectable on the skin, and I've still to this day can't find anything that matches this type of formula. It is so unique to this particular foundation. I do really like the Armani Luminous Silk, but I do find with my oily skin that it doesn't last quite as long. So this one is kind of that happy medium where it's a little bit more affordable. They just had a sale on the Clinique website for £23, that's why I picked up another one. But it is normally £29. So I had a quick look on Look Fantastic because they tend to always try and drop their prices if there's a sale going on somewhere else. And again, it was a little bit cheaper on there. So I got it for like £22, I think. So if you've not tried it yet, please give it a go. It really is fantastic. As usual, I will list and link all the products I've used in the description bar. The finish of the foundation is a natural finish, so you're not going to look super dewy, you're not going to look matte. It just gives you a really nice natural finish. It's kind of the best option you can get when it comes to a foundation. I feel like they've looked at everybody's needs and what would suit everybody, what is the best finish. So I really like it. I can't believe it's taken me this long to discover it. So I've got a little bit more red in my skin from being out in the sun, but we will warm up the face with a bronzer. So that will counteract the redness that I'm missing from my face from not having it out in the sun. To set the skin, I'm going to go in with the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra-Powder, which is an extension of the Hyaluronic Hydra-Primer. So it's a really nice way to set the skin but also keep it hydrated at the same time. This is the little travel size one I was talking about. So again, not only does it set the skin, but it also blurs imperfections. Just gently sweep over your eye area. So finely milled. which is lovely because it doesn't leave the skin looking super powdery. Also going to press that on the centre of the forehead. You can see instantly mattifies. Can't tell you how hot it is today. It's not the day for doing makeup. Oh, that reminds me. I've got something to show you. It's really cool. I was sent this in the week. This is not sponsored. It's just a flipping cool gadget. I love gadgets. This week, this company called Taurus, they sent me their bladeless fan. When I initially opened it, I thought it was a set of headphones, but it's not. It's a really cool fan, which I thought was going to be brilliant for when I'm working in here during the summer. So they were kind of gifted, but it's without obligation to share. I just thought they were so good. Look at these. They look like headphones, but... oh god, I'm already getting foundation on it. It's got a little on button. How cool is that? Look, it just sits around your neck. And because it's bladeless, it doesn't catch my hair in it. So now, when I'm sitting here doing makeup, obviously not when I'm talking to you, because it would be too loud. So when I'm sitting here doing my makeup and I'm zoomed in and you can't see and I'm doing a voiceover, I can wear these and I can stay cool. And I'm also going to take it away to Florida with me. If you're from Florida, if you've been, you know it is extremely humid. I thought these were brilliant. So I thought they were totally worth sharing. How nice are they? I love a gadget. And this bit's like super flexible. It's just like made out of this really quirky kind of silicone. So I'm going to link them below, just in case you're interested in trying them. I know they're not makeup, but they are so cool. And they gave me a discount code, so I'll link it below. It's completely up to you. Again, it is not sponsored. It's not a commission link. I just thought it was really cool and worth sharing. So I'm going to pop these on and zoom in and do my eye makeup, and then I'll be back, and I should be a lot cooler by then. I'm starting off by filling in my eyebrows using my Urban Decay Brow Blade in the shade Cool Cookie. And as always, I will link the tutorial to this product up in the top right hand corner. Queen Olive by NUDESTIX is the ultimate olive pencil. Not only does it last incredibly well, it has the most beautiful tone. It has a very subtle, cool golden shimmer through it. So if you're looking for longevity, check out these NUDESTIX eye pencils because they are phenomenal with their staying power. And if you're somebody who suffers with creasing around your lids, then look no further. This really is the ultimate eyeshadow pencil for you. The shape that we're creating is a rounded eye shape so that it is perfect for any eye shape, whether you've got mono lids or hooded eyes. This eyeshadow is perfect for you. So lay that colour down and then blend out the seams with a fluffy synthetic brush. The Makeup Forever Aqua pencils are phenomenal, but I wanted to show you a dupe, especially for this particular colour, which isn't a common shade. This is a golden olive tone by NYX, and it is identical to the Aqua XL liner by Makeup Forever, but it is a little bit softer, so it has a better payoff, and it is shot through with a little bit more gold, so it's a little bit more reflective. I'm going to use this colour along the waterline to add a smoky, sultry finish. And for longevity, I applied 2 layers of this so that it will last longer. And then I'm also running that close to the root of the top lash line and then softening that with my finger. Below my bottom eyelashes, I'm taking the Queen Olive shade by NUDESTIX, and I'm running that from the inner corner to the outer corner and then blending that out with my finger. On the centre of the eyelid, I want a golden pop, so I'm taking the NUDESTIX Magnetic Nude Glimmer in the shade 24 Karat Goddess. And using that fluffy applicator, I'm just dabbing it directly in line with our pupil, so the very centre of that lid, and then I'm tapping it in with my finger. Much like the olive pencil, it really does have some fantastic staying power, so you don't have to worry about it creasing or moving. I'm taking that same shade on the inner corner of the eyes for a beautiful highlight, and I'm also going to take a little bit of that underneath the bottom eyelashes in the very centre, so that that golden glow is through the centre of the top lid and the bottom. Now you can just go on with a lick of mascara, but I'm going to take these lash base lashes in the shade LB10, and I'm going to cut them in half, and I'm going to use my lash hack to apply these. The purpose behind cutting these in half and applying it in 2 separate sections is to prevent that tension that's caused by the band being stretched across a half moon shaped eye, which leads to the edges almost pinging off. So by applying it in 2 halves or even 3 or 4 sections, you don't tend to get pinging of the edges. To coat my natural lashes at the base of these falsies, I'm going in with my Cosmetics a la carte Intense Volume Mascara. I'm only applying this at the root and on my lower eyelashes. I am officially called. Okay, so the eye makeup is done. I love it. It's super sultry, but we need to warm up the skin because it's now made me look super pale. I've got this Scott Barnes contour palette, which is a sculpting and contour palette. And this is what it looks like. So this one is great because it's got a range of different shades. It's got warmer tones, cooler tones, a bit more rosy tones. I'm going to take a little bit of Diced and run that down the sides of my nose. This is just going to add a little bit more definition. This is obviously a nighttime look. I mean, you could wear it in the day for sure, but it is a look that you would want to carry you through to the night, so you can afford to do a little bit of sculpting. So I'm taking that down the sides of the nose and then just pulling the colour downwards to give it a bit of shape. Then I'm going to take my sponge, which has got the foundation on from earlier, just tap over that and it will soften the contour colour. It won't move the base underneath. See that? So it's sculpted the nose, but it hasn't moved the base makeup, and it does look a lot softer, but it's still there, if that makes sense. I'm going to take a little bit of Carve and apply that into the hollows of the cheeks. So starting at the top of the ear and pulling the colour down. You can see it's a nice cool tone which just shapes the face without looking like a bronzer. I always like to just press over my powders with my sponge. I don't swipe, I just stipple, and then it just softens them and makes them look more like an airbrushed shadow rather than like I've used my brush. I'm taking the shade Chiseled to kind of warm up the skin a little. I'm still just using the same brush. I'm taking that around my hairline. And again, as long as you've got your sponge to hand, you can just press over it to make sure it all kind of blends in nicely. But if you use a light hand, you shouldn't have an issue. So again, going with your sponge, just press over it. So now we're going over the area that we've applied the Carve shade, but we're going a little bit higher. So this is where the bronzer would go. As you can see, that's kind of warmed up the complexion a bit there. Don't forget underneath your jaw, down your neck. I'm also going to take a little bit of that into the socket of the eye to find a brush. I'm going to use a little bit of Snatched in the socket because it's got a little bit more of an olivey undertone to it. So it'll bronze, but it will also have a little bit of that olivey tone to it. So this is just going into the socket. This is obviously optional. If you like your makeup how it is, you don't have to touch it. So we just kind of smoke it a little bit, but we're still keeping it quite rounded, which makes it great for kind of all shaped eyes, as opposed to those who have hooded eyes that can't always wear every kind of eyeshadow style. The brush I'm using is the A5 brush by Anastasia Beverly Hills. You see how that kind of marries well with the colour that we've got on the lid, that olivey tone? It's the undertone that makes it work quite well. For blush, I'm going to take this KVD Everlasting blush in the shade Honeysuckle. So it's almost like a skin tone peachy nude. So this is going on the apple of the cheek and backwards, just to meet the bronzer. It almost makes you feel like you've kind of been in the sun all day. You've got that warmth underneath your skin. Again, press that in with your beauty blender. I'm taking a little bit of the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow in the shade Crystal Nebula. If you saw my last tutorial with this product, or if you've already seen Lisa's videos, you'll know that it has an ingredient in it that gives a skin tightening effect, which really does do wonders. So I'm going to pop this on the high points of the face. A little goes a long way, and what's lovely about this product is it doesn't have like tons of shimmery particles where they're kind of heavy and it makes the skin look more textured. It's quite the opposite, so it really does give a beautiful glow to the skin that makes it like it's natural, as if you've got really tight skin naturally and it's just bouncing light. On my lips, I'm going to use the shade by MAC called Love Honey. I think a kind of nudie tone works well with this look. So this is really similar to lip colour. Just amped up a smidge. I'm going to take a small amount of Headbang by Milk Cosmetics, which is a ultra matte lip liner. I'm just going to go over the edges just to define them. I definitely don't have the lips that you can overline. I just look like a Wally. So I'm sticking to my natural lip line. I absolutely love this eye makeup. It's so beautiful, especially with the kind of like hint of gold running through the centre of the lid. And I like it paired with a nude lip. I'm really not a lip person. Even this with the liner, I'm just a don't wear anything on your lips kind of girl. And it's one of those, I'll look back in tutorials later on and go, that really looks nice. And then I'll put it on and go, ugh, get it off. I'm also going to pop on a little bit of French Silk by MAC. This one's definitely more me. It's got that peachy tone to it. It's really, really pretty. That's me. I love the kind of pinky peach tone with the olive because I just feel like they complement each other so much nicer. So this for me is definitely the lip I would wear with this kind of eyeshadow. Let me know what your favourite one was in the comment section below, but also let me know if you've got any suggestions for tutorials. I would love to hear them. Don't forget to check out my NUDESTIX discount code if you want to try it. They do ship internationally. I'll also link this Taurus bladeless fan in the description bar. Again, it's not sponsored, they just kind of gifted it to me and I think it's brilliant. So if you're into gadgets, check it out, and check out all the products I've used in today's tutorial in the description bar. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel. If you'd like to learn more about myself or see what I get up to in the week or see new products before they are showed over here, come follow me outside of YouTube over on Instagram at ShowMeMakeup. Thank you for watching and I will see you Sunday. Bye guys.